Q95 every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by United Progressive Party. Together for progress.
Today I never give up the war. It's not in my blood.
Are you ready? Are you ready to talk about how we can help the vulnerable members of society, our children, the elderly, and differently abled? Are you interested in small business, education, job creation, and the environment? Then it sounds like you're ready. You're ready for Let's Talk Progress, a new uplifting show on Q95 every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by United Progressive Party. Together for progress.
Today I never give up the war. It's not in my blood.
Don't give up. Please don't give up.
We have had a government that has been very disrespectful to the people of Dominica because Dominican generally.
Are you ready? Are you ready to talk about how we can help the vulnerable members of society, our children, the elderly, and differently abled? Are you interested in small business, education, job creation, and the environment? Then it sounds like you're ready. You're ready for Let's Talk Progress, a new uplifting show on Q95 every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by United Progressive Party. Together for progress.
Today I never give up the war.
Are you ready? Are you ready to talk about how we can help the vulnerable members of society, our children, the elderly, and differently abled? Are you interested in small business, education, job creation, and the environment? Then it sounds like you're ready. You're ready for Let's Talk Progress, a new uplifting show on Q95 every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by United Progressive Party. Together for progress.
Today I never give up the war. It's not in my blood.
Don't give up. Please don't give up.
We have had a government that has been very disrespectful to the people of Dominica because Dominican generally appear to be very placid and kind. The Prime Minister.
When sorrows like the billows roll, whatever's my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Oh, though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ has regarded my helpless estates and hath shed his own blood for my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul. Yeah. It is well. It is well with my soul. Oh, the bliss of his glorious thoughts. My sin, not in part, but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well with soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. And God hates the day when the fate shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as it scrolls.
All right, yes, Dominica and Dominicans.
And the Lord shall
Those of you in the regional space in which we live and all further afield,
my
welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to this program right here in Dominica on the number one station Q95, that is
with
in total stereo.
souls. It is well, it is well.
That is how we choose to start your evening this evening with this evening program. Putting you in that mood. Once you hear that track on a Saturday evening from 7 o'clock, you know the United Progressive Party, we are in the house.
It is well with my soul.
Yes, again, once you hear that number, it is well with my soul. From Saturday on Saturdays, that means we, yes, the United Progressive Party folks, we are in the house.
When peace like a river attended my way,
Tonight being the 30th night of May 2026.
billows roll.
That is where I want to welcome each and every one of you locked to the space that you got at this time.
Thou hast taught me to say, it is well.
None other than the big station in Dominica, Q95.
My sin,
All we ask is that you keep it locked to the spot that you got, because the next 2 hours right here tonight gonna be very, very interesting. I can tell you that.
not it no more.
So please make yourself feel very comfortable at this time,
Lord, oh my soul.
because when the team takes flight, as it were, you won't get a time to breathe. A very informative program awaits us this evening.
It is well.
So all of you locked in, thank you and very much for your eyes and ears each and every time.
My soul.
Those of you in the north of the island, the south, the east, the west,
And God hates the
good evening to you folks in a very, very special way.
sight. The clouds be rolled back as it scrolls. The trump shall resound, and the Lord shall
Yes, the multi-million-dollar question tonight for you folks out there. Is it well with your soul?
with my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul.
Is it well with your soul?
Souls. It is well. It is well with my soul.
The good book says no one knows the time, no one knows the hour. So that question is very, very important indeed. Is it? Yes. Is it well?
Well with my soul.
To all the elderlies listening, locked in at this time, good evening to you.
It is well. It is well.
To all the young people in Dominica at this time, tuned in, good evening to you as well. Those of you in the shops, those of you at home just chilling, those of you in the vehicles driving around, good evening to you.
With my soul.
On the live feed already, let me touch some folks here. Good evening to you, Carol, Bruni. Good evening, my friend. Long time to hear from you, huh? But I know you're always locked. Carol Anford, good evening to you as well. Olivia Esprit, you're locked. Good evening.
no more.
Talking about Esprit, let me say good evening to all the folks of Campbell at this time. Thank you for opening your doors, your windows, your hearts, your ears. This Thursday gone to the UPP team. When we were in your area, Thursday gone, huh? We were well received. Thank you.
It is well.
Darius Liquin, good evening to you. Simeon George, good evening to you as well. Bryna Francis, you're always there. Good evening.
And God hates the day when the faith
Folks, it is already 14 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock.
be rolled back.
And yes, the numbers to call into the program 449-3095, 3096, 3097.
Sound.
The DG line 616-4257. If you're overseas and you want to chime in, your number 305-432-9624. We await Mr. Joshua Francis in just a bit. So you'll be hearing from him tonight.
It is well. Oh, it's my
We have a special gentleman with us tonight, a special guest. So those of you on the live feed, yes, you are very lucky to already have a glimpse of this brother. You're gonna hear from him sometime later, I can tell you that.
It is well.
He will basically be taking away the program tonight with a very, very important topic. But when Josh gets here in just a bit, he will be introducing this brother, as it were, to you guys out there, as this brother is now part of the UPP family. Yes, you heard me right.
And God hates the day when the faith shall be sight.
This brother is now part of the UPP team.
Hold back as a scroll.
A formidable brother, hard-working brother.
Trump shall resound, and the Lord shall
You don't want to miss a word, huh?
run. So it is well with my soul. It is well. It is well.
The folks in Cochrane at this time, good evening to you.
With my soul.
Saying special good evening and empathizing with the family of Judy, that is,
It is well.
from Cochrane, who passed earlier this week.
Oh, with my soul.
My dear friend Judith, to your mom, your brothers, your relatives, all those grieving at this time as a result of your passing. Yours truly, and for example, the UPP team, we sympathize with all of you at this time.
It is well. It is well.
She always carried a big, big broad smile, I can tell you that. Folks, this evening we're going to talk agriculture. Our guest is here, ready to go.
Attended my way.
And so agriculture is on the microscope this evening, under the microscope as it were. So please keep it locked. Let's go to the telephone line to take this call. Caller, good evening to you. You are on the United Progressive Party's program.
Hi, good evening, Lofty.
Hi, good evening.
And how are you?
Doing pretty well, and yourself?
You have not heard that voice in easy.
Yes, in a little while, yes.
I guess you know who I am.
Yes, I know the voice. I catch the voice, yes.
Okay, just tune in.
Just tuned in, and you're liking the vibes.
Yeah. I'm just listening. Have a great night.
All
Like all of you.
All right, thank you very much for your ears and maybe your eyes. Thank you very much. Long time to hear from you, but thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Have a good evening yourself, yeah?
Good tune.
Yes, my friend. Thank you.
Okay.
His nails to the cross, and I
Ramona St. Rose, you're locked. Good evening to you.
praise the Lord, oh my soul.
Well, folks, yes, once you hear that track every Saturday from 7 o'clock, you know the UPP team, we are in the house.
With my soul, it is well, it is well. With my soul. And God hates the day when the faith shall be sight.
My dear friend in the Bath Estate area,
Be rolled back as a scroll.
Auntie Bessie, good evening to you.
Shall resound.
You and your family out there, good evening to you, huh?
Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul.
Folks, yes, Mr. Joshua Francis, he is in the house now, seated and ready to go. As I told you earlier, we have a special invited guest here tonight with us. And I can confirm off the bat, he is part of the UPP, that is the United Progressive Party family. And you'll be hearing from this brother in just a while. After the team leader, Mr. Joshua Francis, introduces him to you guys out there. So please keep it locked to the sport that you got. Mr. Joshua Francis, good evening to you, sir.
Hi, good evening, Lofty.
The voice is
Good
still a bit,
evening.
my voice is still a bit, on the horse side, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I
It is
didn't-
well with you nonetheless.
I did a lot of talking last Thursday and, it sort of cracked
Yeah.
it up a little bit, but it is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. Good evening to every listener, wherever you are, whether you are on island, you're off island. We're happy to have you. And we're looking forward to engage with you. We're looking forward to have a big program. Tonight, we will be making an announcement, a very important announcement. So tell your brother to join, call your friend, call your sister, call your mother, call everybody to make it known unto them that tonight you are tuned in to the big station Q95 and you're engaged with the United Progressive Party family. The new party on the block, a party that has created a platform of inclusion, a political party that has been created for every one of you to be a co-creator, a co-visionary to make Dominica the better place, the best place, the sanctuary of the Caribbean, the sanctuary of the world. But Lofty, as usual, we always, sum up our activity for the week. And as you stated, we were in the Campbell area on Thursday. You still have a hoarse voice, having shared your vision for the Campbell people. You and your team walked the grounds and you heard from the Campbell people. You were able to identify with them. I don't think that you heard anything that you could not identify with, knowing the kind of person you are, a humble brother. And you have presented yourself to the Campbell people and the Maho constituency by extension. I think the news has permeated or trickled down into the entire constituency that Loftus Dura has decided. And it's not even Loftus Dura, let me correct myself. Because I think what is happening is by divinity, divine order. Because Loftus, I'm not too sure whether you woke up on January 1st, 2026, knowing for sure that is what the Lord had sent you to do. So really, we're doing this thing by divine order. You have presented yourself as a servant, and the Maho constituency should be happy that a man of your stature, a man of integrity, a man of vigor, a man who has been tested, a man who has been proven to represent people selflessly, a man who has been fighting for social justice, political justice, economic justice in Dominica. And I'm very happy to be a teammate and to be part of a United Progressive family that continues to grow in the interest of every Dominican, every citizen. And for us, it's not about orange. Our party color is orange, but it's not Orange that we are pushing. We are pushing people's agenda. We are focused on the people of Dominica.
Yep.
And tonight is no exception. We're here to make a big announcement, and it will be done. And this gentleman will take it from there.
A big announcement, Josh, on the big station.
On the big station, we do big things.
I know. Josh, let me just say again, thank you for, sort of laying some things, as it were, in the Mahu constituency. We were in Campbell, as you said. We were well received. Let me say a special good evening to the Campbell people. Brother Red, well, what's his name again? Not Reds, it's Reds. Reds.com, is that? Is Reds.com? He provided us with some entertainment. And he said, Lofty, I'm always tuned to you guys' programs. So, no, Redance. I know there's something missing. Redance.com. Yeah, that is it. Special good evening to you, brother, and thanks for the entertainment you provided. It was well received indeed by the team and those who attended this public gathering. All the people of Campbell, those of you came, those of you who, came close, those of you stayed far, those of you opened your doors, those of you opened your windows, open your ears, your hearts, your minds to the word of the UPP, the message of hope from the UPP. Good evening, and we thank you very, very much. Looking forward to engage you in the future, as it were. So coming down the line, the next meeting, the next scheduled appointment in that constituency, we will be somewhere in the Maho area. And so you, the people, those of the environs, in Maho and environs, you can look forward to the UPP engaging you guys pretty soon. Stay tuned for the announcement to come. Josh, as you said, we have some big news tonight. We have a big man here for us tonight as well. I want to give you the floor, Josh, as it were, you being the team leader, to sort of, introduce our guests here, our team member, family member, as it were, to the Dominican public and those listening here and abroad.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here this evening to present a gentleman who is a people's man, a people's person, a community man, an industrious man, an intelligent man, a spirited man, a God-fearing man, a family man, a selfless man, a man who has vast experience in business, in entrepreneurship, a man who is self-made in many respects, a farmer, a man who understands the plight of every citizen, a man who can identify with the struggle of ordinary people, a man who has his personal aspirations, but a man who analyzed the situation in Dominica and has come to the conclusion that he cannot be a spectator, that he had to enter the arena to make a meaningful and substantive contribution in the quest to change the government with the ultimate objective of improving lives in Dominica. And I'm very proud, I'm honored and humbled to present a gentleman from the Mont Prosper Hamlet, part of the Roseau Valley constituency, a man who has informed that he's prepared and ready, not just prepared, but ready to represent his people in the Roseau Valley constituency. A man who is known by many, and once that man is presented, I am sure the public will have no difficulty in knowing who he is. So really, I know that the people are waiting to find out who is that man, Loftus Duran. For those who are on the social media platform, they are seeing him. But for our listeners who do not have that benefit, I can only describe the man. He will say more about him. But even before I give his name, let me just say to the public that the United Progressive Party is growing, it's expanding. Not only we are getting more supporters, and we're not just getting supporters, we're earning supporters, because we are out there sharing our vision, telling Dominicans how we can contribute to make Dominica a better place. We are not just saying things, we act on our words. In that short space of time that the UPP has entered the political arena, we have touched lives, and we intend to get the opportunity to touch even more lives, because our philosophy is very basic and very simple, and that is to improve lives, to improve the standard of living, to improve the well-being of every citizen, irrespective of one's age, to look out and protect the vulnerables, to create opportunities for the younger persons so they can enjoy a bright future, to protect our elderlies, to protect rights, to allow rule of law to prevail. And really, we want to be known as the job party, because one of the errors of the current administration is that it did not create an environment for job creation, for entrepreneurship, for growth, and for wealth creation. We in the United Progressive Party family, we believe in wealth creation. We believe it's not just a question of economic and financial survival, working to just pay bills. We believe that with the gift of life, every Dominican should be in a situation where he or she can travel, he or she can eat the better foods, and to live a very comfortable life. So we are doing things. Thus far, the United Progressive Party has presented 4 caretakers to the public, and we're hoping that as time elapses, we'll be presenting more and more persons. I know that there are people in the public who are concerned whether we are going to split votes and make it less
That is
beneficial.
As you touch on that,
Yes.
George, I have 2 questions here written down, that is, because I really don't want to forget them. Not that we want to take anything from our brother tonight
Yes.
in terms of his big entrance tonight, but that question you're touching on, that has
Yes.
been on the lips, on the minds, and the hearts of people. Like when I walk the ground, I get that question directly. So it's a good thing that you're touching on it again tonight, Josh, and just re-establish the point that we have made over and over again about this thing about UPP is there or has arrived on the scene to split votes, as it were, really opposition parties in Dominica.
Yeah, so let me say that United Progressive Parties is operating in good faith, and our emergence and growth is not grounded on personalities. It is grounded on the Holy Spirit. It is grounded on righteousness, on progressiveness, on advancement. And in our party, we have understood that our focus is on the people.
Mhm.
And we are to make decisions which are in the best interest of the people. And on that note, we would not be adhering or in compliance with our philosophy in making decisions which are in the best interest of the people. And at this juncture, it would not be prudent or wise for the United Progressive Party to send candidates in constituencies where other opposition parties, namely the United Workers' Party, has already presented a candidate or is looking forward to present a candidate. And even if they did present a candidate, and we do have a candidate in the same constituency, at some point, a discussion will cause the withdrawal of our candidate, if that is the better decision, to facilitate one candidate from the opposition to contest the election against the Dominica Labour Party candidates. So we're keeping it simple. The United Progressive Party has no intentions to be in a three-way or four-way fight in any constituency that would disadvantage the opposition chances of winning a constituency in Dominica. So, for example, if, as the case is, we do have a candidate for Rosa North, we have not been aggressive because we understand that the United Workers' Party has, basically been considered to be the strong party in that constituency. We do not want to disrupt the status quo if that's the case. If the people of Rosa North agrees that is United Workers' Party they desire, we're not going to disturb that process. However, in constituencies where the United Workers' Party has not presented a candidate or is uncertain about a candidate and we present our candidate, we're hoping likewise they understand that it's about who has the better chance. That's what it is for us here. So on this journey for this term, we basically want to add value to the opposition. We want to add merit, we want to add substance, and we want to add constituencies so that when the election is called, that the opposition will have at least 11 constituencies to form a government. Once we form the government, the question of party color and party philosophy will be dealt with in the best interest of Dominica. So I'm asking the listeners to make it known unto everyone that UPP is not there to disadvantage the opposition. We are here to enhance, to build, to motivate and empower. And I believe since we emerged on the political field, that we have motivated and empowered the other opposition political parties, because They understand that the United Progressive Party is serious. It's about the people's business. And if they don't pull up their socks, they would become oblivious. So our presence has motivated and inspired other opposition parties. And we will continue to do so, again, in the best interest of the nation.
Josh, well said again, Josh. Just like a preschool teacher, I want to ask you tonight, Josh, just all what you said there, just sum it up in a few words so that the people can get it. Because sometimes I hear people asking that question over and over, and some of them really don't know. They're ignorant of the facts, what you just said, of the situation. So again, just bring it home, just in a nutshell, what you said a while ago, very well. So that the people out there can get it.
Right. So Lofty, that's really not about the United Progressive Party right now. We are on a journey to salvage Dominica, to rescue Dominica, to deliver Dominica. And on that quest, or in that quest, we are to make decisions which are favorable to the united opposition force. Our ultimate objective is to cause a change of government in Dominica. And any decision, any action or inaction that the United Progressive Party takes will be favorable in getting a change of government in Dominica.
Okay.
And I want to end that segment in respect to the question you asked by saying that we have not been looking for candidates. People talk to me all the time. Joshua, who are you sending up in La Plaine? Who is UPP sending up in the Soufriere constituency? Who is UPP sending up in St. Joe? And my response has been consistent. And that is where the United Workers' Party has a candidate, a viable candidate. It is not in our interest to look for a candidate for that constituency. So UPP has no interest in looking for a candidate in the La Plaine constituency, as an example, in the Grand Forks constituency, as an example. Not that we cannot find a candidate. We do have persons with interest in being a candidate for United Progressive Party, but we are not selfish. It's not about us. It's not about UPP. It's about Dominica and making decisions which are in the best interest of Dominica. If for some reason or the other, if it's God that provides an opportunity for whatever reason, and UPP has to step up with a candidate in certain constituencies where there are existing caretakers already for the opposition, then that would be God's will.
Yeah.
But as it is right now, we are making decisions in the best interest of the united opposition force in Dominica.
True. Thank you, Josh. Josh, another question that I get going around when I go around is, why is it that you guys' symbol is the bottle? just
Well,
just explain that to
yes.
me. Why the bottle?
Right.
And not something else.
Right. So when we registered the United Progressive Party to become legally recognized, and on that note, let me say that we do not have any legislative or statutory laws to incorporate a political party. A political party is not a legal entity. So in other words, a political party cannot sue another, nor can be sued by another. Hence, as you know, historically, when there are transgressions or alleged transgressions by executives or members of a political party, they are sued in their personal capacity, not the political party. Therefore, when we went to the electoral office, which is responsible to facilitate the registration, not incorporation, but registration of our political party, we were told that there were two symbols left. Two. Now, let me say that the Electoral Commission is responsible to assign symbols or to make symbols available for persons who want to form a political party. So when we went out there at the electoral office to facilitate the registration of the United Progressive Party, there were two symbols left. That is the bottle and the knife. And we in the executive of the United Progressive Party had to decide which of the two symbols that we would choose. And we massaged the issue we distilled our conversations, and we
Now-
came to the conclusion that the bottle would be the better symbol.
Yeah, just a question, Josh, on that note,
Mhm.
because I'm hearing somebody maybe asking that, no one be thinking that.
Mhm.
Is it a situation whereby we could deviate from these two symbols and choose one of our own?
No, we could not. Under the House of Assembly Act of Dominica, the regulations provide for symbols. So from 1978, there were several symbols that have already been assigned. For those who go way back, they will know that the hammer, as an example, has been used. The clock has been used.
Mr. Labad.
Yes. So once the symbols have already been taken up by a group or by a political party, according to the chief elections officer, that symbol cannot be reassigned. So if a political party dies, it appears that the symbol dies with that political party. And there are also symbols which are made available for persons who want to contest an election as an independent. So there were several symbols available for independent candidates. And amongst them, I like certain symbols, and I made an inquiry in determining whether we could get one of those symbols. But the chief elections officer at the time, Mr. Anthony, made it clear that we did not have that privilege, and we were left to choose between the bottle and the knife. So we took the bottle. It's just a symbol. But if you want to give a meaning to the symbol, you would say to you that bottle may very well be representing the bottle of life, a bottle that has water. Water is life. A bottle which has anointed oil. You know, we live in a Christianized society, both in Protestant churches and in the Catholic Church. People believe in holy water. The priest also blesses and anoints oil, primarily olive oil. So that bottle that we have as a symbol may very well be representing a divine content, whether water or olive oil or holy water, whichever. And as a party, we may very well have the key to the future of Dominica.
Yeah, and I think, Josh, the country in a whole really needs some sort of, holy water, should I say?
Well, so here you go. So we are the custodian of the holy water. We are the custodian of the the holy oil, and we are here going to and fro, sharing the good news, just as we're about to do tonight. More disciples are joining the family, more servants are joining the family, and our job is to go out there and to connect with every citizen, to build relationships and to work together, because we do not believe that we as a party, we have all the answers. We are building relationships, we are forming groups, and we are building something new, a new vision. We have new ideas, innovative ideas, because we believe for Dominica to grow, for Dominica to shine, for Dominicans to smile again, we definitely need a new economy, a new direction. And that is what United Progressive Party is proposing. So we have a collective responsibility as a nation to grow Dominica. And hence the reason why we are a party of inclusion. You know, whoever you are, whoever you supported in the past, the United Progressive Party's doors are open to you. Come in, come and work with us. Let us stay focused on the people of Dominica. Let's address the day-to-day struggles that Dominicans are confronting, the challenges that Dominicans are confronting. I mean, 2 hours do not give us enough time to address the many struggles that Dominicans are going through. But tonight is the man from the valley.
Yes.
Tonight we are in the valley to raise spirits, to elevate spirits, to make people smile, to make people happy, to make yoke lights, to bring betterment to the people of the valley and the people of Dominica by extension. So let me take this opportunity to present the name Davidson Timothy. Davidson Timothy, the man who was sent, the man who was prepared, the man who is ready, the man who has started his journey. And the journey did not start yesterday. The journey did not start when he decided to become a member of the United Progressive Party's family. It started when he was born. He was born with the anointing to be a people's person, to be a servant. And right now he is about to realize, to actualize that anointing, to go out there to win hearts and minds and to open the minds of the people so they can see a clear vision for Dominica. So, Mr. Davidson, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. And it's a pleasure and an honor to announce you as a caretaker for the Roseau Valley constituency. We welcome you with open hearts, open minds, and with loving spirits in the United Progressives family. And we look forward to work with you together on that journey, to hold more hands, to build more bridges, to mend more fences, to bring more smiles, to bring some hope to the people of Dominica. We understand that many Dominicans have been struggling in one way or the other. Some are outspoken about their challenges than others. Some bottle their issues. They stay quiet. But nonetheless, we know that many Dominicans are in the doldrums. Many Dominicans are financially suffering. Many Dominicans are in stress. And you have decided to join our hands so that we can join with others to add value to the people of Dominica. So once again, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Yes, good evening to our many listeners out there in the radio land, in social media land. I want to say a special greetings to the Most High, the Almighty Living God, because of Him, I personally am here this evening. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor to Him. Even I'm not worthy to, but I recognize Him in my life. So at this time, I just want to continue to bring greetings again from the Roseau Valley constituency. I just want to say to my people from the Roseau Valley, from my immediate setting, my home setting, I know they're listening. I know they're in tune to this opportunity right now. I just want to say to you that we are in this together. We are in this to take Dominica to the next level. Dominica needs us, and we cannot just sit by the wayside and do nothing. So I bring you warm greetings from my immediate setting, my household, my home. I bring further from Mount Prosper, that's my village. That's where I know myself to be from, the Roseau Valley, in terms of a particular place. So warm greetings from my people of Mount Prosper. I bring further greetings from the rest of the Roseau Valley, Cochrane. I know Cochrane well enough, I have some good connections in Cochrane. And as I'm saying Cochrane there, I just want to sympathize with Judith's family, the immediate family in her passing. I knew Judith personally. We worked together at the Roseau Market, for many years. I've been on the Roseau Market trading, and then I know her personally. And I know she went through her realities, and then we just want to again extend our sympathies to the family and just say all is not lost. We had the opportunity to have lived with her, to have worked with her, to have fellowship with her in one way, interacted with her in one way or another. So I'm saying that all is not lost, all right? Let's just continue to whatever experiences we had with her, we can continue to leave that in us, and make it more meaningful. So those of us who are still alive, that's why it's so important to have good relations with each other. And that's why we are here and I've decided to join the UPP team, to form good relations, that when we are physically gone, that all would not be lost, right? And that's why we are here this evening. That's why I'm here this evening. So again, to the people of Cochrane, again, our sympathies to you. And we just want to tell you to hold strong, hold strong. We are with you. You're not alone. I bring greetings also to the people of Loda. Loda, I have some very good connections in Loda. The people of Loda, I love you. I love all my Valley people, right? I look forward to working with you. I look forward to working, on your behalf, as a constituency, as a country. I've been listening to your concerns, and lots of you motivate me to be here this evening, to make that decision way back and then say, yes, I'm ready, So I take it down to Trafalgar. Trafalgar is my home. Trafalgar, and I go way back, I've had numerous run-ins in Trafalgar in a positive way. And again, greetings to the many people of Trafalgar who again meet me on a regular basis and said, Mr. Timothy Davidson, we are with you. Yes, we are willing to work with you. We know you're a man of the soil. You're a man of your word. You're a positive man in your words and action. And we are willing to give you that opportunity. So again, I say a big thank you to us, not just to me, but to us, in advance. I take it down to Wharton Waven. Wharton Waven is my community. Wharton Waven, I fellowship with them, very often, time to time. I take the priests around, and then I spend time with them. I again, Wharton Waven is my place. And Fokani, Shawford, again, these are my areas. So again, greetings to and from my people of the Rosa Valley. I greet you, and I also express your greetings to, my party leader, our party leader here, Mr. Francis. Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Thank you for such a warm welcome, to me and to us as a Rosa Valley constituency. And I want to say tonight that I'm very happy to have chosen to be the candidate, / caretaker for the UPP, United Progressive Party. And when I think of United Progressive Party, it motivates me. It gives me an unlofty, right? United. I think unity is so important. Progressive speaks for itself. And of course, we are a party, So I am very happy and humbled to be part in this season of this United Progressive Party. And we are making history. We are making history in a positive. One of the things I want to say from the offset here, this is my first radio program. And I want to say here, because many people ask me, so you're going up against? I said, no, I'm not going up against nobody. I'm going up for and with the people of the Rosa Valley / Dominica, right? So personally, I am not there for no negativity. I am not there for no name calling. I am not there for no slashing. Me is a soldier, and I'm a soldier in the Lord's army. Anybody who is weak, I think I have made some direct calls and some missed calls to the Almighty Living God, where I can make a call to the Almighty God on your behalf to change your reality. So if somebody's struggling with whatever, there's a chance to repent. In our Christian community, we know what it is to repent. Change from your wicked ways. So I am part of this campaign here to save my people, our people of Dominica, to save us, to give us hope, to give us that opportunity to know that all is not lost. So I want people to be very clear with my being here and being part of United Progressive Party is not to go up against nobody. I am not here to say this person is that. Everybody have a clear conscience, and they're supposed to have, their intentions clear as to why it is that they have been, representing us, how they have been representing. And I think the people have been speaking. The people, as I said, when I look at my hamlets in the Rosa Valley, people have been speaking to me on a daily basis. My business, I am deployed. I am self-employed, and I work for myself, and I deal with people on a daily basis. I am very much interactive and involved in my Christian life as a levity, and I speak to my people. I move around. I am in different settings all the time, and people speaking to me. I can feel the pain. I myself, I'm going through it. So me being here tonight, that's my first radio program. Mr. Francis, I just want to say again, thank you for your exemplary leadership, and you motivate me, sir. I just want to set on the record, you motivate me. And most recently, we went to Cochrane, to Campbell, beg your pardon, to present, our brother Lofty, and to support him. And I listened to you, sir, and then you know what you're about. I've been listening to you for many years, even when you were very much involved in UWP. As you said before, I've been listening to you, and I note what you're saying. We are here for Dominica. We are not here this evening to say, oh, this person is not welcome or to what. No, we are here for Dominica, and Dominica needs us right now. So again, I just want to say to you, especially in recent time, I want to again sympathize with you and the fire that you had, and then I was there with you on that day, and you take it like a cucumber. And you really amazed me, sir. You was just so cool, So, and then you spoke about it in Campbell and a few other things. So I just want to say to you, I'm happy to be here this evening, Mr. Francis.
Yes,
I'm happy to be part of this team. I look forward to, like every good relations to share. It's not just to take, but to share. All right. So all of us are going to get fat, and all of us are going to be well together. Right. And we're going to move each other to the next level. Lofty, I go to you, because to me, you as the host tonight's program, and I just want to say to you a big salute, Lofty. And to the many listeners out there who might be wondering, but what motivated him? what got him in. And Lofty is the man for me. Lofty has been with me, working with me as I build my business, and especially in terms of my farm. I have my farm, and I try to share the farm experience with especially school students. And Lofty has been documenting that with me for many years. You know, sometimes people don't know what you do behind the scenes until the time is right? Until they get involved. And Lofty and I has been on this journey for many, many years, rain or sun. As a matter of fact, the last time we documented, it was raining, and we had our alma mater, Dominica Grammar School. And that same Thursday, then I had a traffic accident later in the afternoon. But Lofty was there with us on that rainy morning with the students underneath the rain there, and then Lofty there making sure everything was carried out live, and again bringing out the message of hope to the people, especially the young people, of agriculture. And I think that's our main topic for tonight in my luncheon. So, you know, I just want to say, Lofty, I'm happy to be serving with you at this time. Together, we can make a positive difference in Dominica. When I look at your trail, you've been hosting many programs, Civic Vibes, and many other programs, and fighting the cause and bringing the message of hope out there to people. And I'm happy to be in this forum tonight with us. And I want to say to the management and staff of Q95 for allowing us that opportunity to bring out and to showcase what we are presenting to Dominica as an option, as a healthy option. And Lofty, you have been really doing your thing, and I want to salute you, brother. You understand? So many times we don't want to give people their salute while we can, and while they're alive. We don't wait till when they die, like Judith. So I want to salute you, sir. So Lofty has approached me, and we spoke about it, and you know, and I told him yes, and I'm saying yes to you, my constituents of the Roseau Valley. Yes to you, all people of Dominica. So my being here tonight, my involvement tonight in taking part of being a member of UPP is yes to Dominica, yes to positive change, yes to especially the young men, to bring you hope to the young men out there that all is not lost. We have sons of the soil that can rise, and not just to rise on their own, but rise with you if you are willing to. So on this note, I just want to say again, Mr. Francis, Lofty, thank you for having me here tonight.
Sure.
You're welcome.
Mr. Davidson Timothy, my brother, thank you very much for all your kind words. I can only say, based on what you said, yours truly, I obliged.
Lofty, the
Just-
truth is, there's
just-
much more I can say, but you know, we
In the
have to,
interest of
in
time.
interest of time.
And people will be hearing much more of you. I know you have what it takes in terms of lapa all, eh? Davidson, before we take some calls, I realized the phone line was going earlier. But there's a special song that I queued up just for your
Thank you.
entrance tonight.
Thank
Let me just play a verse or two
Thank
in that song, and then we're gonna open up the
Thank
lines
you.
in just a bit. Take a listen, just Davidson. This one for sure will bless your soul.
Feet. It looks like nothing will ever grow again.
Let me just start it from the very, very top. Yes, let me take it from the very, very top.
Look at the dry ground beneath your feet. It looks like nothing will ever grow again. You have been praying for rain. You have been waiting in the drought. But I came here to tell you today, do not lose your faith. The sky is changing. The clouds are gathering. The hand of the Almighty is moving on your behalf. Every dry area of your life is about to feel the water. Lift up your hands. The drought is over. Oh, I met a young farmer standing in his withered field, crying out to heaven for a harvest and a yield. 3 long years of dust, 3 long years of pain. He said, brother, tell me, will I ever see the rain? I told him, hold on steady, look up to the sky, because the King of Kings will never let his children die. Shall be showers of blessing. There shall be season refreshing. Sent
There shall be showers of blessings, season refreshing
from above.
from above.
There shall be showers of blessing. There shall be season refreshing. Sent from Jah, from above. Saw a lonely sister sitting by a broken door. She said she couldn't take the empty cupboards anymore. Her children were crying, her spirit was so low. She didn't know which way or where she had to go. But just like the man of old, she fell down on her knees, and a sudden rushing wind started moving through the trees. There shall be showers,
Yes, indeed.
there shall be season refreshing. From above.
There shall be rain, huh?
Showers of blessing,
Shall be showers of blessings indeed.
refreshing.
Brother Davidson, you as a young farmer, my brother, the first verse of this number really speaks to you. I know your realities in some way, shape, or form. And I just want to encourage you, Davidson. I just want to encourage you, my brother. Yes,
Thank you so much. I wasn't sure what you were going to play, of course, and I received it as a special gift, that song. And it hit me really hard. I think of my both parents that have passed on physically, and both of them, because mom was into culinary herbs / vegetables, and she did that all her life. And she showed me the way. My dad was into tree crops, livestock, and of course at the time he reside Mountain Dew. And then they showed me. So I and from a very early age, I love agriculture. From a very early age, agriculture has put a lot of meaning to my life at a very young age, and I got involved in it. So when I listened to that song, bro, you brought back some really treasured memories to me, with me.
Let's just take the first verse of this number again for your listening pleasure, Brother Davidson, and then we're going to open up the lines and then open the conversation, as it were. Let's take the first verse from this line, speaking to you and other farmers out there. Yes, indeed.
You have been waiting in the drought.
You have been waiting in the drought, Brother Davidson.
Tell you today, do not lose your faith. The sky is changing, the clouds are gathering. The hand of the Almighty is moving on your behalf.
Folks, the lines, they are open 449-3095, 3096, 3097.
It's about to be.
Just in case you want to have a word here with our brother here, Mr. Timothy.
The drought is over.
The drought is over, Davidson. Believe that, huh? Here's the verse for you, my brother. As a young farmer,
I met a young farmer standing in his withered field, crying out to heaven for a harvest and a yield. 3 long years of dust, 3 long years of pain. He said, brother, tell me, will I ever see the rain. I told him, hold on steady, look up to the sky, because the King of Kings will never let his children die. Shall be showers of blessing. There shall be season refreshing, sent from Jah from above. Oh, there shall be showers of blessing.
If it's now you're hearing that, my brother, there shall be showers of blessing, coming your way. Let's take a call. Someone is on the line here. Caller, yes, good evening to you. The UPP's program you're on. Caller, are you there? Good evening to you. Caller? All right, please try calling us back. Okay, let's engage this line. Caller, yes, good evening to you. Caller, are you there? Good evening. Caller is there but not say nothing.
But just like the man of old.
Yes, folks, the numbers 449-3095, 3096, 3097. We're going to get into the conversation with agriculture with our brother in just a bit. But let's take this line here. Caller, yes, thank you.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Pretty well.
Mr. Timothy,
Yes, it is.
I want to congratulate you, man. I wish more farmers could come on board, but because you know the struggle that we have gone through, boy, the struggle we have gone for as farmers, man, and we do not have proper representation, man. That's amazing that the Lord can raise you up as a farmer, as a believer. I'm just so happy to hear you tonight. I want to give you, I'll continue to pray for you and give you the courage and the strength to fight for your people, man. We need people that will stand for Dominica in an honest way. And tonight I want to say to you and the party leader, Zos, how are you doing, Zos?
Hi, good evening, sir.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. It is well.
You are a good batsman, but you could be like open bat.
Glory to God.
Man, even though we have to meet to have a chat, because I can tell you, man, I love the vibes. I just love to hear you speak, man, and share. And you deal with the issues, and that's what we have to deal with, the issues of the day, the day-to-day issues.
Yeah, thank you.
That is very important. That is very important, man. Because, man, people are suffering in Dominica. People are crying. The things are bad. I mean, we don't need to hide it. It's right there in our eyes, and we need to ensure that we do the correct thing by getting confirmed and go and allow our vote to speak loudly. Enough is enough. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you indeed. Thank you.
Yes.
Sitting by a broken
Now, these verses for all the struggling people out there, especially the struggling mothers out there. Huh? So all those with your cupboards empty at this time, this verse is especially for you.
saw a lonely sister sitting by a broken door. She said she couldn't take the empty cupboards anymore. Her children were crying. Her spirit was so low. She didn't know which way or where she had to go. But just like the man of old,
And folks, that is why UPP is here, huh? To help heal people like that, huh? With a message of hope. Don't give up the fight, huh? To all of you struggling out there, don't give up hope. Caller, yes, you're next. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good
And
evening.
good evening to all of you, Lofty and Yoni. I find in this country, politics should unite people and not divide them. And most people let politics divide them by the enemy with their parents, even their sisters and brothers. That's not supposed to be. So thank you all for preaching the unity.
All right, my sister. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
indeed.
thank you.
So true, Josh. Politics supposed to bring people together and not divide them, as the caller said, huh?
Yeah, well, I always say politics does not make us. We make politics. We are supposed to be in charge and not be by charged. And therefore, we make politics what it is. There's a saying, politics is dirty. Politics by nature is just a philosophy. What is dirty is people. And that is why Christians have to look out the season and know what kind of spirit that people brings to them. A man who speaks foul language, a man who try to demean others, deflate others, minimize others, spread lies, spread propaganda, that spirit is not of God. And Christians are supposed to represent God. And I'm making those points to say, and I do agree with this lady, that politics by nature is not a divider.
No.
The people involved in politics are the ones who must be held responsible for the division and for the nastiness and the toxins that sometimes surface in politics. But here in our family, we don't have time for that.
No.
We don't have time for that, And whilst I'm here, something just came to my mind. I came across a scripture, I think from the 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 7, which talks about that we walk by faith and not by sight. We walk by faith and not by sight. And there's a line that says that we trust God in the valley. We trust God in the valley. So Davidson has created his vessel to be used by the Almighty God. And we trust God in the valley. We trust God in the valley. Yes, Davidson, we trust God in the valley.
This, Mr. Francis, I just want to
Yeah.
add to this that what we are saying here tonight, and again, the message of UPP, it's one of unity, it's one of hope, it's one of fresh breeze, it's one of light and life. We are not there for no doom and gloom.
No, not
we are
at all.
here to bring hope. When we think of our people, we think of Dominica, we think of what we have. Even when making reference to the valley, what's a valley? A valley is supposed to be a place of freshness. So this lady just hit it right on the head there.
Yes.
Indeed. Let's take this call. David Stan, we're going to have that conversation with you in earnestly after that caller. Caller, yes, you're next. Good evening to you.
Yeah, hi, good evening, Dr. in the panel.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, you're talking about agriculture.
Yes.
You can take the best agriculture we want to have, and we do not have access roads to our farm. It will not work for us.
Agree.
Yeah,
Are you
thank
ready?
you.
Agree.
Yes.
Agree.
Yes, that's your point. Read the roads.
Roughly how long have you been to Luda?
Maybe the last 3 months I was up there. Yes, about 3 months.
I think you need to visit Luda again, my boy.
Well,
The road-
Davidson and I will be visiting Luda pretty soon. I can tell you that.
No, the road are in a very bad state.
Okay.
We are coming your way, ma'am.
Yeah, and without roads, you could have the best agriculture on the farm, and you don't have access to road. It will cost nothing. Have a blessed evening.
Totally agree.
Have a blessed indeed, my friend. Thank you very much. The Maglaw family, good evening to you in the Luda area. Good evening to all the Luda folks and by extension, the Valley people listening at this time. I'm getting some information here, the voter confirmation situation. It says here, and the people of Warner, please take note. It says here, voter confirmation. That is for the people of Warner specifically. All right, let me take this overseas call, and then I will get back to that note here, read the Warner people in particular. Caller, yes, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, love. This is Trucker right here.
Long time to hear, brother.
I'm there. I just want to say, despite us, whatever we have going in Dominica, I still want to support each and every one, because everyone that's able, that can represent the constituency, they can do it. Instead, we have an individual that think one person can run Dominica forever. Each and everyone that's born and birthed in Dominica, that have the ability to do it, think they have in them, they could go ahead and do it. I'll support that. And again, listen to the young man and what he's been doing as a farmer. Anybody that's into the soil as far as farming, they know what always brought Dominica, made Dominica known, farming. I support him 100%, you know. And like Joshua explained, that if UWP is in one constituency, they don't want to differentiate the vote or something like, which he explained, and I understand clearly. Because and then you never know what that might take you or later on coming down the line. You know, it might be the government, the party that might, you know, Dominica, you know, God is in control of everything. So whatever is going on, there's always a force guiding us. Like this is saying, I always say we are where we're supposed to be. So whatever you're doing, do it with faith, with honesty, with the ancestors in mind, and the rest will guide us wherever we want to be. So also, I'll be listening, and I just want to tell the young man, I wish him all the best, you know, and be the person that he is in agriculture, be that same type of person to the people, and everything will work. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for your ears.
Thank you,
indeed.
bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Josh, as we were saying before, to the people of Warner in particular, a note here says that is from the electoral office in Dominica. It says voter confirmation for the people of Warner. That is on Sunday, May 31st, 2026. So that is tomorrow, folks. So please take note. It says here, the electoral office of Dominica will be conducting voter confirmation outreach in Warner. All eligible voters are encouraged to participate and get confirmed. Okay, again, the date is tomorrow, Sunday, May 31st, 2026. That's it at Warner Primary School from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, the people of Warner, you are informed that the electoral office will be in your neck of the wood tomorrow, Sunday, that is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where they will be facilitating you guys in terms of the confirmation exercise. Yes, people of Warner, please take note, because when we were on the ground up here in Warner, Josh, one of the complaints that the people of Warner had is that they had to go all the way to Maho, that is at the teaser grounds, yes, to get confirmed. So, you know, at least we made some interventions on their behalf, and yes, I'm hoping that is what is bearing fruit at this time.
Yeah, definitely, Lofty. So spread the word for those from Warner, and if you do have friends in Warner, please spread the word. Spread the word. And Lofty, let me just say that those who are going to get confirmed tomorrow in Warner, make sure that you have your ID. It must be a valid ID.
Yep.
If you have a passport, it must be a valid passport, meaning that it ought not to have been expired. Also, if you have a social security card, look at it properly, make sure it is not expired. For it to be valid, it must not be expired. You know, there are some older social security cards, Lofty. Some of them have expiry dates, and the older ones, they do not have any expiry date. So take note of your social security card. Make sure it is one of the modern security cards, social security cards, which can be used for the purpose of voting. And of course, if you have a driver's license, if you do not have one of the valid IDs, you can use your birth certificate with a passport size picture. You'll be asked to fill in the form, and that will be executed in the presence of a justice of the peace or notary public. And for the married women, when you got registered to vote, if you use your maiden name, meaning that you were not married as yet, please walk with your marriage certificate and your birth certificate with your valid ID. Remember that for the women, the married ones who will register to vote before you got married, make sure that you have your marriage certificate, your birth certificate, and a proper ID to get that going. And of course, even before you go to the confirmation center, take note of the name which you have on the voters list if it's possible, because also when you get to the confirmation center, you may be asked to present documents to substantiate the names, and you may have to fill in affidavits. If you have a justice of the peace in the area and you need to have an oath taken, bring the justice of the peace with you.
Sure.
Mhm.
Thank you, Josh, for providing such much needed details. Again, I just want to repeat, persons in the Warner area, tomorrow is your day where the electoral office, their folks will be coming up. They will be located at the Warner Primary School. Please take note, the Warner Primary School from 9 a.m., that's morning, to 5 p.m. afternoon. You're asked here to bring in, as just said a while ago, your IDs to get confirmed. It says here, the note says the electoral office of Dominica will be conducting voter confirmation outreach in Warner. All eligible voters are encouraged to participate and get confirmed.
Yes.
Indeed.
And of course, don't forget the witness part.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know?
the witness as
Yes,
well.
yeah,
Yes.
you need a witness, someone who's registered in your polling district.
Yeah.
Must accompany, or you may meet somebody at the confirmation center to facilitate that confirmation process. And let me just remind the public that what is going on now is not just confirmation of voters, but registration of
Registration
voters.
as well, yes.
So if you have someone who's qualified or eligible to vote, meaning the person is 18 or above, get the person to the registration or confirmation center for the purpose of registration. Again, take the person with a valid ID.
Sure.
Mhm.
All right, Josh, thank you. So far, so good. Let's switch now. Let's turn attention to our
Yes.
guest here. Brother
To the
Davidson,
man.
Timothy.
The man of the hour.
Sure. You are
Our moment. It's our moment.
your hands are in the soil every day. You're a farmer. Can you start by telling us the importance of farming to Dominica,
Lofty, you
to your constituency, to your hamlet, but broaden that conversation to Dominica?
you've asked me this question quite a few times.
Yes, indeed.
From your own
Mhm.
and also from the interest of our listeners while we did our documentary. Josh, he's asked me this question several times, and the answer is still the same. Agriculture is life. It's simple. Agriculture is life. So we are so blessed in Dominica. We are so blessed by the Almighty God who created Nature Island of the Caribbean for us, where we have agriculture to do so many things with and for to make our lives much better. I mean, it is, as I said, all these are motivators for me joining, making that decision to be a team member and a team player and a team maker of UPP, right? Because agriculture is life.
Give us some of your experiences thus far in that sector.
As I said, I come from a farming background. I was born into it. And then from a very early age, I thank God for my intellectual, thank God for my wisdom, thank God for my senses. I saw that earlier clock and I got involved. And when I look back at my years going to, primary school, high school, college, just growing up as a young man, the decision that I had to make, some of my friends went further afield looking for employment. And I made that decision to stay home with mom. And I no regrets, go to the market early, being involved on the farm, going to lots of meetings and hearing and seeing. One of my most, one of my areas where I was privileged to be is I lived in the UK for some time, and I was able to work with Tesco as a store manager, right? And then to see the importance of agriculture on a large scale, on a large scale in a more developed country, right? And all how I look at agriculture and I am from my exposures of agriculture has just been there's so much more we can do with agriculture. Even when I came back here and again, I was like thinking to myself, what should I do? And they're saying, but the farm is part of what you can do, which is what I'm doing. When I look at the farm, I see opportunities. All I see is opportunities. I am limited in my resources, limited in how I can do what I can do for now. But with the little I have, I keep pressing on. You know, I keep pressing on.
It's interesting. Love is interesting, when you ask the question, what does it mean to be a farmer? And when I think of farming myself, I think of farming as the foundation of global nutrition, the foundation of the global economy, the foundation of food security. Here in Dominica, I would say that generally, when we talk about agriculture, I would say that the farmer was the first professional. The first occupation that existed under the sun is farming. So farming is the foundation for every area of life. It serves as a cornerstone. And I like how Davidson put it. It's farming is life. Agriculture is life, because agriculture provides for food security. It provides for a basic economy, producing food and exporting foods. It provides for trading. It provides for good health, nutrition. And here in Dominica, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end, as far as using the soil to take care of us. And Lofty, that takes me to the point that this government has paid very little attention to farming. And again, it's because of a lack of vision. And they say that a nation without a vision will perish. And that's what's happening. We are slowly going down because the rural economies in Dominica have been dismantled by this Dominica Labour Party. Because what kept the rural economies going, the main economic driver in those rural places basically is agriculture. And when a government fails to empower farmers, to provide feeder roads, to maintain feeder roads, to provide the technical and financial support for farmers, to create an environment where farming looks dirty and young people stay away from it, then naturally those rural economies are going to collapse. With the United Progressive Party, we understand the importance of the rural communities in Dominica, from the Kalinago territory, Casibros, La Plaine, Grand Forks, Wesley, Marigot, the entire Eastern Belt, and other areas such as Mont Prosper, Loda, all the rural areas. We have a plan for these areas, and the plan really stands on the cornerstone of agriculture. We must resuscitate agriculture, no matter if this economy goes into a digital space, no matter how successful the international airport may be in 5, 10, 15 years. We will always need to eat. And in an environment, in a global economy where food prices are on a significant rise, food security is becoming a big issue. And any visionary prime minister, any visionary leader will understand that he has to provide food security for his people. And for that to happen, we must develop agriculture, because here it is, when we develop agriculture, and with UPP, we're not just talking about just producing food. We believe in organic farming. We believe in sustainable economic development. And we believe in empowering people, supporting people to do farming, backyard farms, farms with 2 acres, 3 acres, whatever it is, because we understand when we do that, we are in fact saving funds, because it means with more food produced, more vegetables, more fruits, our import bill for food will decline. We go into livestock, our import bill for meat will decline. And also, Lofty, we can make our nation healthier, because right now,
someone is on the line.
Somebody's on the line.
Just
Sorry.
a little pin here. Call. Wow, that caller
Yeah,
could
sorry,
not
caller.
wait. So sorry about that caller. I had you waiting for a little while. Please try calling us back. Huh?
Yeah, but Lofty, I
Josh.
wanted to make the point, and David still will agree with me. There is a very close relationship between agriculture and health.
All right. Seems that person is
Yes.
calling back, Josh. Yes, caller, good evening. UPP, you're on.
Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
The panel is here. I'm here. Very good discussion this evening. Yes, I'm listening. I would like to see respect the UPP, because all on the street I mean people talking about UPP and talking about Joshua Francis, which is a good leader for the UPP, United Progressive Party. And one thing again, keep following that in people's head. We confirm. Gentlemen, very good discussion. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you, caller.
Yeah, thank you indeed. Yes, we were
Yeah.
saying about agriculture.
Yes,
Josh.
before we turn back to Davidson, I was
Mm.
just saying that there is a very close relationship between agriculture and health.
Mm.
And we are living in a space right now where chemicals have become predominant in farming and in food processing. And it's evident in Dominica, more and more persons are suffering with diabetes and high blood pressure, cancers, and other illnesses which are related to nutrition, the type of food that we eat. In a country where a government understands the importance of agriculture, they will empower the farmers. And that's a vision we have for Dominica. We have a vision where we are going to encourage people to go back to the soil. Look at Davidson. He takes his farming seriously. It's a business. He sees it as any other occupation. He isn't in the farming business. He takes care of his family. He provides food to his neighbors. He provides food for the country. And we believe that we need more persons, both men and women, to get involved in agriculture because the world is changing rapidly. And as the world changes and inflation takes place, meaning price hikes, if the price of food keep increasing, and that's a problem here in Olofty. A lot of people are complaining about the high prices of foods on the shelves. Now, one of the ways in which we could alleviate that situation is to encourage farming, to get more people involved in agriculture. And as we say, to get people to produce healthy foods, less chemicals, less weedicides, less pesticides. A matter of fact, the United Progressive Party believes that we should zonify part of Dominica only for organic farming. We go on that project. So if it's in northeastern part of Dominica, we declare as an organic zone, meaning that anyone who's in agriculture ought not to use chemicals. We use it as an experiment. I have no doubt it can be successful. It will be costly, but there are funds out there to promote organic farming. And organic produce, attracts a premium price. Right now, in every supermarket in developing countries, there are sections for organic produce because the world have noticed that we are poisoning ourselves. We are giving ourselves cancers and diabetes and high blood pressure. So leaders who are visionary and they're trying to reverse the trend, whereby they are moving away from poisons and they're going green. Here in Dominica, sadly, this Labour Party has not understood that, and therefore they are racing to the bottom. They are going where the world is saying, look, I have arrived here. This is not a good place. We are poisoning our people, and therefore we want to go back. So had this government been visionary, they would preserve, conserve, and protect what we have, the clean water, the fertile soils, and not encouraging the poisoning our waters and our soils and our people by extension. So we are happy to have Davidson, someone who is a pioneer in agriculture, someone who understands the importance of agriculture. And we're hoping that from his experience, with the knowledge from the technocrats, we can define and create policies to raise agriculture, to allocate more funds to agriculture in Dominica.
Sure. Davidson, just before you come in, let me just facilitate a caller here. Caller, yes, you're on. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just want to let the Dominican public and the diaspora know that I not in no party, but to be honest, you have to see and support what that real. And I can tell anybody, Joshua Francis Esquire is a real man. He's not yesterday, not today, not tonight, because I had the privilege of meeting Mr. Joshua Francis in a business establishment, and for a person not going through his own personal trials, and he's stretching his hands, not for me, but for countless people, and not even a pin we are talking about it, and no photo. So I just want people to know, support who that's supporting them. Good night.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for that commendation. And Lofty, that is so true. And I think you have the same spirit as well. And Davidson, the nation will see what kind of people we are. When we give you our left hand, our right hand not supposed to know. We believe that we are out there as to be servants, to assist. And I always say, if you do not take care of your children, you don't care for your parents, you don't care for your family, you cannot care for a nation. And I think it's time that people look at what they're doing. It's time that people, get out of the noise. Look at how we are presenting our caretakers lofty. We don't need noise. We don't need a big stage and bring in Barry's Hammond or Buju Banton and give people rum to drink. No. It's time that we get to a stage of maturity.
It's time we get sober.
It's time we get sober. Move out of that
Yes.
trance and to decipher things, discern people and discern situations. And the caller is right. We are not supposed to be doing photo ops if we give somebody something. I mean, look, we have to look for the weak ones amongst us. We are stronger. We help the weak. So
Empowerment.
all of us can live a better life. And what gives me gratification is when I put a smile on somebody's face or I get somebody out of a situation. That gives me happiness. And that is why I'm here. That is why I'm in the race, to add value to people's lives, to make people happier, to put smiles, to restore smiles, to make Dominica smile again. Too many people are stressed out. Too many people are hurting, for one reason or the other, and Lofty, when you pass by the bars, a lot of people are drinking alcohol, not because they really want to do it. They just want an escape. Some people go to church and pray morning, noon, and night because that's their escape. It's time we get Dominicans happy again, joyful, joyous, glorious. Get back on the stage where people are willing to help each other. Voluntarism under this government is dead. We'll talk about that another time. But there is hope. We have a vision, and we believe wherever there is a vision, there's hope for our country.
True. Just before Davidson comes in here, Josh, I give a lot. The public don't have to know, but at the end of the day, it is what it is in terms of my cause for humanity. As you said, it is my pleasure to see someone smiling after I leave them in terms of discussion of them and hearing their plight. The only time really I am forced to put something out on social media in terms of my givings is if, for example, some people send some stuff from overseas, school bags, school books, whatever it is, stationery, food supplies, whatever it is. And they
Just
said,
for
Lofty, we are
transparency.
sending that in your custody to give out. I really want to, or I'm really in the practice of, at least putting it in social media so that the people out there, the donors, could see that it went to the cause and people that they intended it to go. So that's the only time I really go there. But other than that, as the caller said, Alistair said, then, the right doesn't have to know what the left.
No,
is
it
doing.
should not. It should not, and that is a core value of the United Progressive Party when it comes to arms, when it comes to charity, when it comes to assistance, that we will not take photos and put on social media. We're not in that.
Davidson?
Yes, bro. So, I mean, so far so good. I mean, I'm happy to hear the feedback from our callers out there. And I think we're on cue. And I just want to give us some enlightenment as to how blessed we are in Dominica. Agriculture is basically a country's foundation, Lofty. Agriculture is a country's foundation. Literally where food, jobs, and stability come from. Food, jobs, and stability comes from, right? For most countries, it means three big things. One, food security. It decides if a country can feed itself or has to rely on imports. What have we been seeing? Josh just mentioned it earlier. Our importation bill. We go to the supermarkets and we see the prices of some imported items, food imported items.
The callers are, interacting. Caller, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes,
Mr. Francis. Good evening, Mr. Timothy.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, brother.
Yeah, and Lofty. Big up Lofty.
Yes, brother.
Mr. Francis, you have a good heart. I know you're a good man. Yeah, you're a good man. Jesus Christ, he's your brother. Yeah, you're a laughing man.
You are right, brother. You are right. We received that.
Our mother from different
that.
mothers.
My partner from St. Joe.
We received that.
Yeah, yes, I there still.
Yes, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, you're a loving man. Since I know you, you always, helping people out, and I wish you all the best. UPP, and Dominica by extension, and we're the best candidates, and I hope to see in Parliament someday for Dominica, Mr. Francis. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, caller.
caller.
Thank you, caller.
So again, just to add, the caller moved me to just make a slight comment on that, but I want us to continue with the subject at hand in terms of agriculture.
1 minute, brother. Caller, yes, good evening. You're on.
Yes, my brother.
Yes.
Well, I want to hear about agriculture. This is my heart. And I have to call again because I believe that Dominica can supply the entire world with food. Especially, look now, persons don't even want to eat or eat dashing from other countries in the region, also in the US. They think they want Dominican dashing.
Yep.
The
That's right.
best dashing
That's right.
that they can ever eat.
Mhm.
That is one advantage. Number two advantage, our crops, although people using pesticide and weedicide and things, but yet still, the food still tasting better
Mhm.
than the foods from the other countries. And as I heard you talk about declaring a particular area, an organic zone, man, my goal is to see Dominica come back into. We can start it naturally grown and develop it. You see the seaweed that we have, the seaweed that we have, we can turn that into millions of dollars, and we don't have to import fertilizer anymore.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
That's right.
I remember a couple of years ago, I did some experiment with it. And when I did the experiment, I experimented on white potatoes. I planted some white potatoes. When I saw all the white potatoes, I mean, they were dying, and I did not want to use the chemical they are using in white potatoes because white potato, they are using a lot of chemicals. So I said, well, let me try the seaweed. Just in a matter of weeks, potato come back like you just got this year. And not just that, the potatoes, they bear so well. That was a real, naturally grown Irish potato. I went to the ministry. I told them, well, let us begin to carry out some experiments and see how we can develop some fertilizer or some, I'd like to use pesticide, but some pest control liquid fertilizer. They never take me on. But I think right now, I am telling you, I am really going to get that seaweed out of that beach and see how we can have, because with all the wars that fighting and all the things that happening, and I mean, how are we going to buy commercial fertilizer to put in their crops? Whereas you have it right on your doorstep, is just to get the work done. That's why I always say about the chemist. People go into school studying chemistry. When they come back, they applying for jobs. A chemist have no right to apply for jobs. A chemist is supposed to come back and go in the bush and begin to see how they can develop experiment in different teas and different. Dominica have so many, natural bushes. Anyway,
all right,
one of those days I will come and have a chat with you all on agriculture.
Well, Lofty, we are openly inviting the gentleman. It's just a matter of making some time.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, caller. Thank you very much for your thoughts here. Yes, Brother Timothy, you were saying.
I know the gentleman personally, and I know he's passionate. We've been on numerous meetings together, and there's a lot of people out there that are yearning and craving for that opportunity to share their experiences. Lofty, I go to a lot of consultations. I make time. I call it my business meetings. While some farmers might find it difficult to take a day off from the normal operations, which sometimes can be pressing to them. I understand where they're coming from, but you go to these functions, these meetings, these settings, and there's so many exchanges, positive exchanges. You get to know the other concerns of other farmers. You get to hear, you get to see, you get to have a better understanding of your own personal journey. So I know the gentleman personally, and there's many more like him. And Josh, I totally agree. We need to get people like that to speak out. And that's one of the things I personally have been doing from my own area. I was going to say earlier in terms of giving, I give every day, Lofty. I give every day. Most importantly, I share the love every day. I try to bring some light and hope to people I come in contact to. Sometimes I say to myself, how do I do it? I ask myself sometimes, how do I do it? Because it's tough. honestly, it's tough, right? But that's what I do. And that's one again of the reasons why I decided to join UPP, because we need that. We need that.
Give the listeners, Brother Timothy, your typical day on the farm.
My typical day on the farm, Lofty, I'm an entrepreneur. Right, so farming is part of my business. So my business personal is threefold: accommodation, transportation, and food. I'm also a discipline coach / motivational coach. So I go a lot doing a lot of ministry work as well. So I don't wake up and just go to the farm from start to finish in terms of 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock to I move with the Holy Spirit. Right, and wherever I do my taxi services, I do, that's part of my transportation services. You know that I do my trucking service, and also my truck is done temporary. But I meet the people, I move around, I see. Right, so I am on the farm whenever needs be. I try to move around and do what I have to do, and to move around with other farmers and work with them, listen to them, consult with them. And like Josh said, I try not to talk too much. Sometimes people look at, for example, one particular area, what they think they know of you. And we have to have that under lockdown. So if somebody looking for me in that spot, they might not see me in that spot. And for now, I would like to keep it down, keep it low. But on my daily basis, every day I'm involved in farming, whether in front of the scenes or behind the scenes, doing my researches, doing my experiment, taking my training, making sure I prepare myself. I personally think Dominica can use more of me. And that's why, again, I am humbled by this. And I've been speaking to you quite a bit on this, Lofty. And this is a question that you've asked me numerous times. So I'm happy to tell you the same answer. It is the same. With what I've seen thus far, with what I have in me, and there's not just me, there's many more like me. I could bring them in there by truckloads.
So like
from Dominica.
So like Ezekiel,
different areas.
So like Ezekiel in the book of old, you have a fire within your bones.
Yes, Lofty. So my typical day on the farm, to address the question directly to you, it could take me early start, middle day, in the evening. I have my headlights on. Also on my vehicle right now, I have cutlass and boots.
Wow.
I have headlights. So if needs be, I can be anywhere I need to be on my farm at any time, right? But most importantly is not just about me, it's about us. And I've been doing that with humility. I've been doing that, working with farmers, meeting them at their needs. And as I said before, which is what I personally have experimented, I've been trying my best to go as natural as possible, to minimize, to eliminate the other inputs, chemical inputs that we do on our farm.
I'm aware. Right? I'm aware of the demos that you do on your farm.
So,
would you recommend farming as you know it, or even in a more advanced form, to the younger generation?
Lofty, farming, you can't go wrong. There's so many avenues that any sensible person can take. You don't necessarily have to plant anything if you choose not to. But this is nice. For me, whenever I go to the farm, I feel refreshed. I feel rejuvenated. I feel in touch with nature and the Almighty and my Creator. I am refreshed. I'm always happy. For example, I was sharing with a customer of mine today. There's no way you can do farming and you boo away, and you upset, and you have hate, and you have jealousy, and you have envy. My brother, the plants will not grow. That's why you have to use plenty chemicals, because
so you have to plant with love.
With love. Talk to the farm.
I hear people say talk to the plants.
Yes. Talk to the living thing, because agriculture is not only tree crops.
Yeah.
Right? It's also livestock.
Yeah, well, the plants were made in the likeness, in the likeness of the Father.
Yes.
So they are living creatures.
Living creatures.
Yes.
And the Almighty, especially if we believe in the Almighty, the Almighty speaks to us through living things.
Yeah.
So agriculture is life. I will repeat that again.
Yeah, as you said earlier. Yeah.
Agriculture
Someone
is
on
life.
the live feed who is in agriculture, I see her name there, Line Litham. She said, without farming, basically there is no life.
There's no life.
She's agreeing with you.
There's no life, brother.
And that's a young lady.
Agriculture is life.
Her hands are in the soil.
And that's why I'm saying that, to add to what you're asking. I'm saying that, and you know that. You of all people know that. Josh, we've been documenting, especially for the students, the people that came on my farm in the past, and parents came with their children and they never seen how a carrot was grown. I mean, in Dominica, they have never seen a carrot, how it's been growing. So I gave them the opportunity to harvest the carrot, prepare packages for them at my cost.
So your
Take it
farm,
home.
your farm is a model farm.
Yes. But to be quite honest with you, based on where we are, and that's why I'm saying that there's so many reasons why I have chosen to join the UPP team. It's been difficult for me. I have boldly said that plot is a model plot. And because I've declared that, the challenges, the realities are daily to maintain that. Because you get unwanted weeds, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you have your short-term crop, medium crop, long-term crop. And if it's going to be a demonstrational plot, yes, you have your long-term crops there, like your plantain, your avocado, whatever, coconut trees, whatever. But you have your short-term, and then you want to show people. Remember, you're trying also to minimize the use of, let's say, Gramazone, weedicides to kill the weeds. So you want to cut weed, mulch. It's difficult, and then you don't have the resources you need daily to maintain that and to pay people. Like in my community, people charge you minimum $100 to come and do 3-4 hours work.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you don't get the results you're looking for because they are under pressure because they want to do a fast job to get that money to do whatever. I'm not saying that it's not worth the $100. Most of the people will work for $100. But you as the farmer, you are always under pressure.
Yeah.
You haven't harvested anything. You're still cultivating to clear the land, to make the beds. You still, and then sometimes you have the challenges of weather, natural, right? Too much rain, too much sun.
All right.
It's challenging. So we as a party, we have to put agriculture, maintain agriculture, understand the principles of agriculture, and support agriculture.
Well, you're in the right place, Davidson, because one of my visions is to make agriculture king again, to put it back on its throne.
That is priority.
To restore
it has to be
agriculture,
priority.
to resuscitate agriculture. We are on a journey to feed our nation.
Josh, to support what you're saying, right? For example, there was a time when I used to do huckstering. Just neighboring island, Antigua. Antigua used to take almost any and everything from us. Antigua there.
And it's interesting, Davidson, you brought up the phrase huckster.
Yeah.
Because in the hucksters days, hucksters
look
made
at
a lot
Huckster
of fun. They
Association.
build their
Look at
homes.
Huckster Association. Have you
Yes.
driven down that area recently? Huckster Association environment. I mean, again, I'm saying we are not against nothing. We are for. So we at the UPP, we are going to give hope. Look at our Huckster Association building. Mr. Joseph is dead now. May his soul rest in peace. He did his best he could. When you can take a drive down that area, it's unsightly.
It reflects
It's
where agriculture
unsightly.
is in Dominica.
Lofty, and we're talking about agriculture where locally, look at our Rosa Market today there. Our Rosa Market, I drove on the market earlier today, briefly, because I'm no longer on the Rosa Market. I am now created a Rosa Valley Market.
Amen.
Right? So I'm capturing the natives of the valley, passerbys to the valley, the tourists who's coming, and it's a beauty. Recently there, I had 3 coasters of visitors, namely colored people, white people, right?
Yes.
And then they lined up to get the jelly water from me. Who took bottles, who took the fresh jelly nut to get experience. They ate the food, they lined up and make sure everybody got their turn.
And may I ask, how much is a jelly? How much do you sell a jelly to the foreigners?
$2 US.
$2
US.
I have been to countries where it's
$2 US
sold for $10 US.
$2 US. You've no
one jelly,
good
10
quality
US.
jelly with great product with
Yeah.
excellent service. A smile with respect. Everything is transparent. Hygiene is practiced. That's what we do on my business.
So Davidson, not
on my-
only agriculture can cause a farmer to make money and to take care of his family, and we have shown that in Dominica, in the green gold era, the banana era, we are told that farmers, bought their vehicles in cash
back then,
built houses in cash,
My father,
yes,
my
we can
father,
get back there.
my father, as I
Yes,
said, to me,
yes.
my parents not was, there is.
Yeah.
Their spirit lives on in me.
Yeah.
Daddy bought 9 brand new vehicles way back when.
For
For
farming.
agriculture.
Yes,
For agriculture.
yes,
How many?
yes.
9 brand new vehicles. Clement Timothy of Mount Prosper. And when he bought these vehicles, he made sure he wasn't a person that felt like he was more than anybody. He was on the ground, in the soil, doing his thing,
Humble brother.
empowering people.
Mhm.
And when he bought these vehicles, he would make sure everybody in the village ride on it. Humble man,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
As we speak right now, that's why I am so passionate, but I'm also trying to be in control of my emotions because to me it's very emotional. Barbados wants from me, as we speak, 1,000 bottles coconut water weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. I cannot do that for now.
Yeah, you cannot be
I
the
am
supply.
trying. No, I can't. For now,
Mhm,
I can't.
mhm.
And that's just jelly water, our jelly water.
Right. Right.
I'm telling you, right?
Mhm.
So a nice factory setting to make sure we observe some healthy standards, good hygiene practices, show the people how we do what we do. As we talk about Kodak moments, so we'll show them how we do what we do, and we're also creating that opportunity for just the jelly farmers, just a single crop.
Right.
And there's many other crops to agriculture.
And then
right?
you're just talking about the actual farming. We have not gone into agro processing.
My brother, there's a
We have not
wide
gone
scope.
into factories
There's a
for
wide scope. There's
processing
a wide
turmeric,
scope.
ginger.
There's a wide scope.
You know,
There's a for
So
example,
there's a lot of
look at the
potential.
cruise ships coming in there.
Yeah. Mhm.
Why aren't we supplying the cruise ships with whatever? We could do it weekly, fortnightly, or monthly.
Mhm.
The cruise ship should be getting the fresh supply from Dominica.
Well, Lofty,
From
you know,
Dominica.
and Davidson,
Not just Mount Prosper,
yeah,
not
yeah.
just the Rosa Valley,
Right.
but Dominica. Because
Yeah.
every area, Mount Prosper is known for culinary herbs / vegetables. That's our forte, that's our strength. But as you understand the demographic of Dominica, and you see every area have the strength. For example, Bells, dashing, right? You get good quality dashing from Bells. And as part of my business, when I did my research before I started that part of my business now, a lot of farmers said, no market, no market, no market. So I'm creating a lot of markets locally for a lot of farmers. I mean, again, we don't want our left hand to know what our right hand is doing. And I do that weekly. Weekly. I provide a local market for a lot of farmers for their produce because I sell variety.
So you're helping to realize the vision.
Yes.
Dominica being the
Yes.
food basket
Yes,
of the
because
Caribbean.
It is. I just finished closed down my business a while ago, and I have all my stuff properly displayed. And some of the things I presented to our people locally and internationally today is from my area holdings. I have different holdings, and then it's also from farmers who said that they had no market. Some people do ask me, do you buy and sell? I said, no, I create a market. I create a market for people. And when I, sometimes again, somebody spoke earlier about feeder roads. When I go to some roads, areas and pick up whatever, my brother, because I want to, there's areas I already put a no-go zone to them because when I go there with my vehicle under pressure, I go there sometimes the vehicle have already load on it and the road is so bad, I can hardly access these areas. Recently, I went to an area and it damaged my exhaust because I was already loaded.
So Davidson, whilst you're on that point, in the interest of time, what would you say would be the greatest needs of farmers right now in Dominica?
Okay, so
not only those who are here, but those who exited from the farming business.
Right.
What needs are there so that persons can be encouraged into farming?
So okay, so I'm happy you asked the question, Josh. And then one of the things I am saying and I've been experiencing personally for myself, I don't want to push my way of thinking on anybody. I've learned that, especially within the last years of this government. So one of the approaches I would take, and I have been taking, is ask more than tell.
Yeah.
You meet farmers at their point of need. What matters to you? What are your needs? What are your challenges? So for me to be here tonight and make it look like I have the answers for every farmer, Dominica, no, I don't. But I know what I know. I'm saying that we meet farmers with an immediate, like we have a rapid response team going around Dominica.
Mhm.
I think that is the greatest need right now. How can we help you? What is your plan? And activate that. I look at, for example, Burkina Faso. I cannot not talk about this brother. This brother is one of my motivators. And this man, where he is in Burkina Faso, he don't have no water supply. He creates, they're doing fresh fish farming. Look at the amount of rivers we claim to have. Do we have any fresh fish farming here? Do we? No, we don't. You know something? So one of the approaches I would like us to take is go to the farmers immediately, hear their plight, address their concerns, work with them where they're at. So that means they will own it. When we turn our back and go, it will be theirs because it is theirs, right? And we getting people around us who can help us to educate, change the mindset of our farmers to let them understand agriculture is a lucrative venture.
Indeed.
If I was a Dutch person, I would not be there tonight. I'm promoting agriculture.
Yes.
I have joined UPP. I'm an academic person. I would prefer not to talk about that because that doesn't matter. I had some smart students in my class. I'm not an A+, I'm not a Z-. And when I look at them now, 40 years plus on, at the moment, it's always at the moment. I prefer to be in this moment.
True.
With humility. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So I'm saying if I was a Tebe, so some people think agriculture is a dirty job. Agriculture is not for them. The Prime Minister, he says repeatedly, I listen to him several times I go around. He is a farmer, he says.
He claimed to be a
He claimed to be a farmer. He says he gets himself involved in the soil as the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica. So agriculture is not a dirty job, as we have been told. It's not for Tebes. Like you go to school and you don't learn.
All right,
Understand?
guys, we are sure running short on time.
Yes.
Josh, we unleash Davidson a little
Yeah,
too late.
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
The man is now getting in.
Agriculture
Right,
is
right.
me, brother.
man
I mean,
is
I want to be composed and I
Yeah.
want to be. So we cannot just have this one meeting. I'm saying clearly
No,
now.
no, there'll be more.
There
yeah.
will be many more. There
yeah.
should be many more. And we don't
You
have
have
to be
somebody
in
tonight?
frontline position. We
Yes.
are already in position. Huh?
True.
We are UPP, United Progressive Party. Where we are now, we can do as much as we can to build agriculture.
Yes.
I want to enforce that there tonight,
True.
right? I don't make appearances for cities too. Huh?
Positive. Caller, we have limited time. Please make your point succinct, please. Yes, good evening.
Yes, it's me again. I just want to say, listening to you all, and especially the young man that the agriculture specialist, as a farmer, I'll call him the specialist. My brother, I'm a trucker in the States, and America is a superpower, and America is not and will not do without agriculture. There's miles and miles of road I'm driving on both sides of the highway, nothing but farming and agriculture, and America is a superpower. You tell me you have Dominica. That is what always built up Dominica. That's why they call Dominica the breadbasket of the Caribbean. And you come in and say that agriculture is the thing of the past. That's someone that don't have good intentions for Dominica. Everyone loves our product. This is why you take advantage of that. So that tells you the intention right there. So the people that have the intelligent mind, we need people to build up Dominica. And we have to eat what we grow. And we will not go wrong when it comes to that. I wish you all the best, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you all hopefully next week.
All right,
Thank you,
caller,
brother.
thank you very
Thank you.
much indeed. Just to note that we will not be here most likely next week, Saturday, due to situations way beyond our control. So just take note, we will not be here next Saturday. Josh, let's take some. Davidson, thank you so far. I'm feeling, I'm Davidson. But we have to go at least for this session. We will be back with you for sure. Yeah, but we have
Thank
to
you.
take some comments from the live feed. Josh, what are you seeing on the live feed? Somebody comments there.
Well, one of our listeners sent an item to me, and she feels that we should respond to it.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not too sure whether you can pull it up right now, but essentially it says that, well, I would say the Prime Minister must be saying and rejoicing that UPP has been formed, making him easier to return to government.
I think we responded, or we mentioned that earlier. We
Right.
dealt with that earlier, but I
Right.
guess that person was not listening.
Yeah,
So
The person could not have been listening. I think it's the opposite. I think that the Prime Minister's head must be hurting him that UPP has emerged, because UPP has created a very clean platform. There's no drama, no confusion. They said that God is an author of order, not an author of confusion.
That's right.
And the UPP has created that platform for all Dominicans, no matter what past the person has, no matter where the person is. And we are doing well. And I believe that what we're doing here is ordered by the Lord. And we're not here to fight flesh and blood. We're basically vessels to the God's work. And that work is to add value. So I think the person who made the comment is Merlin Saunders. I know Merlin may have read some of the materials on social media platforms suggesting that we are instruments of the Prime Minister and the Dominican Labour Party government. Let me dispel that. Yours truly, everybody knows that my neck is on the line because I'm standing. Well, earlier on, Davidson said he doesn't stand against, but in this case, I want to say that I have stood against the government of Dominica because it has been incompetent, it has been oppressive, it has lacked vision, and it has not created a Dominica for wealth creation. If anything, it has created a Dominica where more and more people are finding it difficult to survive and to create wealth.
Sure.
So, Merlin, you got it wrong. I think that you need to inbox me on Facebook or inbox Loftus. Let's have a conversation. All right.
All right, guys. Folks, we really cannot take more calls. They're going now, but we cannot take more at this time. We're going to go around the table, as it will, for you guys' final parting comments. Davidson, you want to leave some of the thoughts with the listeners tonight based on the conversation we have been having, especially agriculture that is right down your alley. Final thoughts.
Okay, Lofty. So again, I just want to say thank you to having me here this evening. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to join UPP, United Progressive Party. I'm happy to be on board. Tonight's conversation, I think, is to me, that's my personal treat, agriculture. And I honestly think that this has just opened up the opportunity for us to have many more conversations, not just talk, but talk action, to get agriculture, even from where we are as a young party, as an incoming party on the political realm, where we can do whatever we can to get the technocrats out there who are just yearning for people to lead them, good people that really care about Dominica, to lead them and engage them in their knowledge and skills. I know personally there's lots of people out there I keep meeting on a regular basis, and they're yearning for people that would just tell them, yes, we would like you to get involved again, right? And unretire you. Some of them want to be unretired, right? To get back into agriculture, frontline, and share their knowledge. For example, when you look at a man like Mr. Up in Syndicate, right? This man is amazing, Mr. Louis, right? Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah, Mr. Louis. It's amazing to go to that man's farm. It's amazing the energy that man has. It's amazing to see what the man is doing on a daily basis on his farm, and who's capturing this knowledge. For example, when you think of Randy Aaron right there in Mount Prosper, who's moved on. Randy did a lot of things in Mount Prosper there. I mean, that has not been captured. So I'm hoping that, Lofty, we at UPP, we can put agriculture frontline on our agenda, recognizing that agriculture is life.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Josh, final comments. So far, so good, Davidson. I want to compliment you.
Yes.
You came out batting strong tonight, and you passed 50. So
Lofty, you know I'm a man.
Let's hope we make
I'm a man of my word, and I'm with humility. I'm a man who delivers, right?
True.
And that's why, again, I want to stress the fact that that's why I've decided to join UPP's team, and we're not there for no division. Anybody will think that we are there, we've been paid. I have not received my check.
Josh, we're owing you some money.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
Well, Loftus, let me take the opportunity to thank Davidson for being here with us this evening. And of course, yourself and every listener. Let me take the opportunity to extend warm greetings to the people of the Roseau South constituency and the Salibia constituency, the people of Siniku, Mara River, Golet River, Point, the people of Antrizal, the people of Crayfish River, the people of Bataka, the people of Concord, the people of Atkinson.
Someone is asking Josh if that is
Yes.
your son. Because Viva Mamo is saying he
Yes.
presented himself very well tonight.
Yes, he has. He has no doubt about it. I think the people of the Roseau Valley are very proud to have a son of their soil being here and giving such a wonderful presentation. And above all, in his presentation, it's not just his knowledge, but the content that flows from his heart. A genuine person who wants to give genuine representation. And I think that's what we need right now, because one of the issues in Dominica is not just about materialism, money. It's about the core values of what make us as Dominicans. You know, we used to be very loving and caring, and we need to restore those things. And when we have persons, leaders like Davidson standing up, then basically that man represents restoration of the values that we need to grow our families, to tighten our families. But I want to wrap up by acknowledging that we in the United Progressive Party, we understand the importance of agriculture, and should we be part of any government, and I am confident to say that when the next general election is called, that the Labour Party government will be no more. And whether we stand as one party in government or part of a multi-party government, that definitely under my leadership, I will advocate heavily to ensure within the first year, the first national budget of the government will allocate significantly for agriculture, modern agriculture, innovative agriculture, knowing that agriculture helps with food security. Agriculture is a source of employment, which is very high on our agenda. We need to put our people back to work so that they can earn a living, they could be paid properly. We understand that agriculture is very important as an environmental steward, because in agriculture, we are to use the soil properly, use the water in such a sustainable manner, and responsible farmers must understand that. So we provide the technical support, the financial support to grow agriculture, to export, to produce, to feed our people properly, and to support our mantra, Dominica, the nature island of the Caribbean. Under UPP government, we make it the nature island of the world. So Lofty, once again, thank you so much. Thank you to our listeners. We love you, and we are looking forward to engage you next time around. As Lofty say, we may not be the next Saturday, but hopefully the other time around. And Lofty, please remind the public that we'll be in the Mao constituency again. I think that's next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, or the following Thursday. You have a clearer picture on that. Yeah, thank you.
Davidson, yes, final thoughts, yes.
Well, Lofty, tonight is my night to say, right? And I just want to say again to my constituent, my constituent, each of the hamlets, each of the villages in my constituency, the Roseau Valley constituency. I just want to say to each and every one of you who continues to wish me well, those of you who have spoken with thus far, I just want to say to you, thank you. I hope that tonight has brought home some justice. And then
a stalwart is listening and watching now in the name of Mr. Norris Charles, huh?
Yes, Mr. Charles, you are one of my models, sir. I salute you. Mr. Charles, Norris Charles, has been an instrumental motivator to me, a man on the ground with the people, never lost touch. And I've been looking at you, sir, my cousin, right? I've been looking at him. So I just want to say to my people of the Roseau Valley that in me, I would like you to continue to place your trust in me. I will not let you down.
True.
And the best is yet to come. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, that is it for us for yet another program tonight, huh? Things seems to be now getting heated up, huh? But we gotta go. It's already 10 minutes past 9 o'clock. We should have been out of here by 9. The Brain, you're listening. Good evening to you, The Brain. So, folks, thanks for your eyes and ears. By way of notice again, we will not be here next Saturday, but we will be somewhere in the Mau constituency in the next 2 weeks, 14 days, as we continue to canvass the Mau constituency and other constituencies in and around Dominica. You heard the man tonight, Mr. Timothy, Davidson Timothy. And so you folks of the valley, the Rosa Valley, should be very, very proud. If or when given the opportunity, that is, to put your confidence in him as your representative. So, folks, that is it for us here tonight. Till we meet some other time in Radio Land. Bye-bye. We love you.
Are you ready? Are you ready to talk about how we can help the vulnerable members of society, our children, the elderly, and differently able? Are you interested in small business, education, job creation, and the environment? Then it sounds like you're ready. You're ready for Let's Talk Progress, a new uplifting show on Q95 every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hosted by United Progressive Party. Together for Progress.